This podcast was produced as a part of the project supported under Public Diplomacy 2020, New Dimension, being co-financed by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Poland. The publication expresses the views of the authors exclusively and does not represent the official position of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Poland.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. What I'd like to share with you today is a topic on the strengthening the international cooperation between EU countries for the development of innovation in rural areas. So, there are like many opportunities, many benefits of EU funded activities. I'd like to focus on selected ones. So I'll be talking about the implementation of multinational agri-environmental projects under the EU programs, for example, the Horizon 2020 and the Interact programs. So there are like many EU programs that we can take advantage of that, and some of them are more practical, some of them more theoretical. So I'd like to focus on those practical ones, and among those projects, there are like many kinds of projects. So I'd like to focus on that. They are really practical oriented, and the essential main question coming from the project, the output on the project, what is really from the project for the farmers. So like we can have many projects. There might be very different structure, but somehow they are not addressing the actual needs of the farmers. I'd like to give you some good examples of those projects that, in my opinion, I guess, and the opinion of my colleagues and other people related to the rural areas, really had some impact on the actual farms. So there are some practical use of project achievements, and I'd like to address like 3 steps of that. So the first one is the farmers' involvement, which I think is the essential element of those projects. So we cannot implement the project and its output if we're not cooperating with the farmers. The second one is about the feasible results. So like we like to have like feasible results that the farmers can really implement on their farms. And of course, the practical benefits for the farmer, for their farms, for their family, and all the rural areas. Like switching from theory to practice, I'd like to point out 3 of those projects. So one is about the slurry acidification, the second one is about networking, and the third one is about the sustainable use of water. I will start with the slurry acidification project. This is a project funded by the Interact. It's Interact Baltic Sea region, and this is like the project which is placed in the region of the Baltic Sea. And it's about reducing nitrogen loss from the livestock production by promoting the use of slurry acidification techniques. So the aim of the project is to reduce the nitrogen coming from livestock by promoting the slurry acidification techniques, and thus mitigate the eutrophication, which is a big problem of the Baltic Sea. So I will not just focus on the project itself. I will just bring up some benefits from the project directly for the farmers. So what are the benefits of the acidification technique for farmers and the environment? So what really is the problem? So the livestock manure is the main source of ammonia and nitrogen emissions in the Baltic Sea region. And most of the countries have some problems, have some difficulties meeting their ammonia emission reduction targets. So how, in this sense, this technique might help? So, well, the acidification is nothing new. It's well known in some Scandinavian countries. And the aim of the project was to spread the technique which is popular over there, to firstly in the Baltic Sea region, and then for the whole Europe. So it's about the technique is the main concept of the technique is to lowering the pH ammonia to reduce the nitrogen, which might be used for the plants. There are like three techniques of the slurry acidification. I will not go into details in that. There are like more technological advance, like you have to modernize your stable, and there are like very simple techniques to use it, like in the field. If you have a tractor, if you have a tank with a mixer, you just simply add the acid to make the proper pH, and then you can spread into your fields. So what are the benefits of this kind of technique? So I will just name a few of them. So those techniques can reduce ammonia emissions from livestock production from 40% to even 70%. The other thing is that they can decrease greenhouse gas emissions from livestock production by reducing the nitrogen oxide emissions and reducing the methane emissions. For the farmers, can benefit directly from reducing ammonia emissions by saving the nitrogen in the slurry, so it's not spread in the field, it goes to the air, it's really used by the crops. There are also high crop yields without increasing fertilizer application, and there's another additional thing is about limiting the odor coming from the slurry. So I'm sorry, there was a movie, and I think I'll just stop it as the sound might be distracting. So what we did in the project, we were really working in the field, so we have created a network of demonstration farms all over the Baltic Sea region in each of the countries, where we went to the field. We tested firstly the soil that we implement. We made like field trials with slurry, and the slurry after acidification, and then tested how it affects the soil, the environment, the yields. So in total, we have like from 5 to 20 demonstration farms in each country, then multiplied by the countries all over the Baltic Sea region, and then we tested how this technique is used and implemented in different states of the Baltic Sea. Well, the project was very well welcomed by the farmers. They were very interested how they can really implement it on their farms. Although the project ended last year, we still have like inquiries, phone calls, emails by the farmers that they really want to know how they should do properly the certification and then use it on the field. So I guess that is one of this is like the example of one of the techniques that are somewhere available, but not all of the farmers know that they really can use it. So this project brought some platform for the farmers across the Baltic Sea region to know how there is opportunity for them, very simple one and very not very costly. They can use it to have some benefits. Okay, so the other project is called Fertinova, and it's about the transfer of innovative techniques for sustainable water use in the fertigated crops. So it's a knowledge exchange platform that evaluates existing and novel technologies for fertigated crops to disseminate promising technologies and best practices. This project is funded by the Horizon 20 program, and it involves, I think it was 15 countries all over Europe. Just to briefly, what was the aim of the project? So there is a education of agricultural producer on effective and sustainable ways of using water through the existing exchange of knowledge and best available technologies, then supporting activities on recycling and treatment of water and its reuse, then the natural resource management, the presentation of selected technologies to local agricultural producer by organizing the field visit, and the productivity of agriculture producer with tools for managing the water resources. So what was the actual concept of the project? So let's imagine that somewhere in Europe there is a farmer that the grower who has a problem with water issue. So perhaps somewhere else in Europe there is another farmer who has similar problems, and perhaps he has some solution already existed, or some other, not only one farmer or maybe more farmers, and they have some solution that might help this farmer that we were talking at the beginning. So the Patinova project was to investigate the problems, the opportunities, the solutions all over the Europe, and just to bring those farmers together so they can learn from each other. So the action plan of the project was firstly do the research, so to gain the knowledge of the current situation of growers, assess the needs and bottlenecks, then the find solution by exchange of knowledge and technologies, and then bridge the gap between knowledge and implementation. So we had done firstly we have that an inventory all over the Europe of the best practices. So there were like more than 370 growers interviewed, carried all over the Europe, and we focus on the technologies applied and the technological, socioeconomic, and legislative bottlenecks of and the barriers. So you can see on the map of Europe, the blue spots is the places where we took demonstrations, some field trials. And I'm sorry, there was another slide. So you can see here a example of one of those. One of those field trials. So the aim of the project was like to implement innovation solutions. So establish a practical experience with farmers implementing innovative methods that might be used in the crop production. So there is one example carried out in Poland. It's about the technological exchange. So the problem was algae in the water tanks that were used for irrigation of strawberries in this example. And the proposed solution was a beneficial bacteria, and it was taken from the example of the farmer in the Netherlands, which had the same problem, and he already tested this beneficial bacteria, and the result was very promising. Then we did the same in Poland. So you can see before the application of the beneficial bacteria, the first picture, the green picture with algae on the surface of the water, and then after 3 months treatment, a clear water. So the issue was that we had we did like many of those kind of field trials, let's say, all over the Europe. So the issue was that to bring already existing examples to the farmers and try to solve their problems. Maybe some other output of the project was compilation of those best practices. It was called the Fertigation Bible. So it's like over 1,000 good practices. It's available online, where the farmers can really see the story, see the problem, and there were like a practical solution for that based on the field trials made in several EU countries. And there is a third project, it's called Nefertiti. It's about the networking European farms to enhance cross-fertilization and innovation uptake through the demonstration. And the objective of the project is to boost innovation, improve the peer-to-peer learning, which is the essence of the project. So the farmers can really learn from each other. There's also exchange of knowledge and then network connectivity. The project is funded by the Horizon 2020 program. Well, the concept of the project is like 10 thematic networks, and it includes crop production, animal production, and horticulture. And then the overall objective of the project is to establish EU-wide highly connected network of well-specified demonstration and pilot farms where the demonstration are carried out on these farms in the fields. And then there is a knowledge exchange of those good practices among the actors and the efficient innovation uptake in the farming sector, mostly between the peer-to-peer learning, I mean the farmer-to-farmer of the techniques they are using on their farms. So the project is 23 partners all over the Europe. Then we have done like in each country we have like it's called like thematic hub. There were 10 teams of the project, and then each of these hub had like 5 countries involved, and each year we have like 5 or 6 demonstration events in each country. So in total yearly we have more than 200 demonstration events. So in total the project lasts for 3 years, so we have more than 600 demonstrations event. And then after the event taking place in the countries, we go up to the European level where there is an exchange of the knowledge gained during those demonstration activity. We organize such, it's called the cross visits. So the project partners with the farmers involved in their activities meet in one of the project countries. Well, it is divided to the topics, of course. So they meet in, for example, in an organic farm in France, and farmers interested in the topics that they are providing are welcome to go to the farm, and then they can really see what's going on there on the farm and what kind of techniques are presented there, and perhaps they might get the knowledge back to their countries and really use it on their farms. So basically the project is about the connecting people and knowledge exchange. You can see that one of those demonstration events taking place in Poland. So the issue is that we are like focused on the organic farming, on the soil healthy, on mechanization of agriculture, and sustainable water use. So last year we have, as I said, up to like 20 demonstration events. This year of the pandemic is difficult, but we are still trying to reach those people, sometimes online, but the project is still going on, so we try to do our best. So just to sum up maybe what I've said, so if we're talking about the actual opportunities or benefits coming from the EU funds, well, from my practical point of view, it really depends on the partner who is applying for the funds. So while it might be used very efficiently by project implementation, and the reason of that is to really focus on the practical aspect, practical approach of the project, and the output of those projects might be really used by the farmers. So I guess this is a clue of those kind of projects, and what is essential is the involvement of the farmers from the very beginning, so that we are not creating something which is not really connected to the reality. So we have to bring the end user to the project and give the opportunities might be used in an efficient way.